Hello everyone, and welcome to the Instabug Bits. In the last video, we talked to you about APM and the importance of performance monitoring for having clear visibility on the end user experience with mobile-focused performance metrics. In this video, we will talk to you about alerting for APM and how you can utilize it to get notified about any arising issues instead of paying periodic visits to the dashboard. First, let's talk about some use cases for APM alerting. Usually, senior personas are interested in monitoring any performance drops with minimal effort. Also, developers will be interested in monitoring parts of the app that they own, and they want to be notified whenever any issue is accelerated. It's also a great way to minimize your periodic dashboard visits. Now, let's go to the dashboard and see how you can get started with alerting. So the first thing you do when you are on the dashboard is to select the application of interest from the drop-down list that is here. After selecting the application of interest, now you navigate to the rules engine. Currently, the rules engine is navigated to from the settings that is here, but very soon it will be surfaced and it will be accessible from the left navigation pane here under alerts and rules. So if we go to the rules engine from the settings, we get started by creating a new rule. So if we click on create rule here, so we get started by first selecting the performance metric that you would like to be alerted for. For instance, let's select the app launches. But it's worth mentioning that alerting for APM applies on all the performance metrics, and it also applies on bug and crash reporting. So let's take app launches for instance, and then you select the trigger, like the trigger that you would like to be alerted for app launches. So currently we have two triggers, either the 95th percentile latency or the aptic score. Let's select the P95 for instance, and let's say that I want to be notified whenever my users are experiencing more than 4 seconds within 7 days of P95. Maybe you are interested in a specific app version and you would like to be alerted specifically for that one, and that's where you create or add a condition. For the condition, you can select either the app version to be one or more of the versions of your interest, and you can also specify the app launch type. So you can specify whether you are concerned more about cold app launch or hot app launch. And then you select the action, which is basically forwarding a Slack message to your channel telling you about this trigger. So then you select the Slack message or the Slack channel, and then give your rule a name. And then for this rule, for instance, you will be notified whenever the app launch exceeds 4 seconds for the 95th percentile or 95% of your users within 7 days. And you will be only notified about the conditions that we set. In this case, it will be these two app versions, and it's going to be only focused on the cold app launch. So let's take another example for another performance measure. Let's select network, for instance, and now I would like to be notified about any performance drops in the network performance. So for the triggers, I either have the ability to choose the trigger for the 95th percentile or the aptic score as well, but also I have the ability to set triggers for the failure rate. I'm going to select the failure rate, and I'm going to specify that whenever the failure rate exceeds, for example, 15% within a specific time range, let it be 7 days. And let's say, for example, that I'm working on specific networks that are, for example, for the checkout. So I want the trace name only to include checkout in order for me to be notified about this. So I'm going to specify the trace name as the condition, and I'm going to specify that the trace name should contain checkout in order for this rule to be triggered. And then I'm going to forward it also to my Slack channel, and then give it a name. So as you can see, alerting is a very straightforward, the alerting engine is very straightforward. You have the ability to set rules for whatever you would like to be notified for. And as we said, currently it's supported on Slack, but very soon it will be supported on several platforms as well. We hope this was useful, and we're looking forward to meet you again in the next. Thank you.